But yeah, he wants to bring Emir Evans to that point where he's perhaps shooting a little bit from the back of the court, deep in the court, and he's just sort of drawing
do you think the altitude brings that sort of mental question in sooner?
100%.
I feel that, having watched a bit of the squash yesterday, playing on there today, that if you get on the end of a couple of rallies, there's an extra bit of a narrative in your brain that, oh no, there's not much oxygen up here.
Yes.
Are you asking? I'm gonna ask you guys to make sure you're clear that you're asking. Stroke to Crouin.
I think that the edginess out there is more related to what Emir Evans is doing, the psychology of the game, rather than feeling a little bit like he's got to find his way. He's been on there enough practice.
Did not work well for me, Johnny.
No, I'd not be up for that at all. I went to Colombia once, Bogota, 6 days before.
My second chamber camp at Loughborough University, and worked what we thought worked our socks off. We got to Quito, it didn't help us at all, and I remember knocking up for 5 minutes, and then having to go and sit down. And what didn't help was on the court next to us was the Mexican team that were literally flying.
Yeah. So yeah, it's just the virtual reality training wasn't the real thing.
It was not. It felt hard, but I don't think it did anything.
That's fascinating. Crouin
just starting to get control of that middle area again, isn't he?
Yeah, and Evans let himself down with a couple of unforced errors. That's that demand of quality that's just constantly there. It's going to be controlled, and this is what happens.
That's a nice rally.
6-3.
Victor Crouin, 14 in the world, but that's, like I said last week.
Yeah, and he pushed forward right to the edge in December in the World Team Championship, which wasn't that long ago either.
That's the kind of line hitting that Emir Evans needs to promote. He needs to be
4-6.
Just closing down those half windows like that. That's a great shot, friendlier now, as opposed to the beginning of the match.
Yeah, it looks like he's relaxed a little bit. I think this angle really shows off is that tee position.
11-5, game to Crouin.
Victor was just starting to get in front there consistently, wasn't he? That's a lovely shot. Yeah, there's a list as well. There's a list there as well, Johnny, a little black list.
Okay. Is it a bit sort of the do's and don'ts type thing?
It's more so just what can I see? Where could I target? What do they like? And to perform well?
Yep.
3-2.
Is that something you had when you were playing?
Yeah, he's showing, he's got different ways of doing it. Like he's using the bow, straight attacks, or just with pure good length. He's taking those, he's clocking up strokes because Evans is late on the ball. That's a push. Interesting. Possibly a bit of frustration there from the Welshman.
He's done well to stay pretty calm there, Victor, hasn't he?
7-2.
Good rally out. Didn't bother him at all.
No, unlike when he played Mohammed Al-Shabaghi in the European Team Championship. A little bit.
Do you think it's better for him just to crack on?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I agree. It's easy when you've got a fully oxygenated brain, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, he's going to need to come up with some
3-7
special finishes like that to wrap up game two. As he did in game one, he just got through some issues along the way, but back end of the game's just run away very quickly. Amir
11-3
Evans' resistance is
game.
broken.
Crouin leads 2 games to 0.
He's got to get control of that middle, like we said right at the start.
Yeah, he's managed to do that a little bit with
It's a nice shot.
a bit of physicality, but he needs his racket to do the talking as well, I feel. He needs some quality lines.
And for a sustained period, like
Yeah.
I think we'd agree that the quality is definitely there, but it's just doing it for long enough. That's a nice
1
shot.
love.
Good variety coming out from Crouin
Very
tonight.
good there, isn't it?
Yeah, that
I think that's a strength for him too, that backhand side, which is unfortunate.
it's a tough matchup for Evans on many fronts, and in particular that Crouin.
And I think that's a big thing, you know. You might see rankings pretty similar, but the styles, strengths and weaknesses, isn't it? Just down
Yeah.
there. The
2 love.
styles, strengths and weaknesses, and
Bit of a soft stroke.
they've got a tough job, the refs, but I am inclined to agree with you on that one. He looks very at home, doesn't he, Victor?
He's lost his footing a bit there, Victor Crouin. If there's one thing, it's interesting because this is something that I felt.
Players feel like a bit of chat with the ref is part of the entertainment. Do you have an opinion on that?
I've been gaff taped, mate. I definitely.
You've been gaffer taped.
No, I think that there's a bit of a difficult phase. Obviously, they're trying to implement these directives and make sure that that's nothing happening there. He's just missed that. He's not seen it as well.
I'd agree with that. Sometimes you've got to force it more than you'd like to sort of set a precedent and then work back from there.
Big miss, big miss.
Hand out.
It was on, wasn't it?
7-5.
Well advised. 3 match points for Crouin.
Wow.
Hand out.
That is
That was lovely.
that's from the slot shot. That
Check
one.
this out.
8-10.
Boom.
High quality stuff. He keeps repeat attacking, and it's good enough.
11-8.
He catches Amir
Match to
Evans.
Crouin. 3 games to 0.
Just stuck behind him, couldn't move forward there.